Talk about history repeating itself with a modern, twisted remix. Ivan the Terrible. Russia's first Tsar wrote the original handbook on a royal savagery from 1533 to 1584. This guy was next level, running around with his terror squad, the Oprechnik, doing mock execution just for fun and treating threats like party favors. Man literally turned terrible into his brand name. Fast forward to 2024 and surprise surprise, we have got another new player challenging the Ivan energy. But there is a plot twist. It's not coming from Moscow, it is coming from Ukraine, where the allegedly dancing on CIA tunes, the CIA stooge, Volodymyr Zelensky, is now threatening the Ukrainians while the country is burning. While the Ivan had his Oprechnik terrorizing the Russians, we are watching a modern horror show unfold with a different director. Same savagery, different century, though this time with fancier weapons and a better PR. Ivan might have been terrible, but at least he didn't have a social media to play victim card like our beloved comedian do. Let's talk some news right now. Why are we saying so? It looks like that Ukraine has now got itself into a nationwide game of hide and seek, except nobody wants to be found. According to the reports, 500,000 men have apparently decided that serving in the military isn't quite their cup of tea. Approximately 500,000 are suspected of avoiding the military draft orders in Kyiv. Well, you can't blame them when the offer is getting a front row seat to the world's most dangerous fireworks show. Ukraine is finding itself in a peculiar game of cat and mouse. The authorities can't even knock on the doors as they're limited to nabbing the potential recruits in public spaces, making this massive manhunt even trickier. What's particularly interesting here is how they're handling this predicament. The task forces are being formed, investigators are being pulled in. Yet they're essentially trying to empty an ocean with a teaspoon. Anyone deemed quote-unquote healthy between the age of 25 to 60 is a fair game for the Ukrainian army, though they're keeping the tabs open for men as young as 18, just in case. Yes, it may soon happen that to allegedly keep the frontline strong, Zelensky may announce that the conscription age is now just 18 plus. However, the hard fact remains that the Ukrainians are not coming out in large number for the country anymore. The countrymen are fed up and tired of this war. Yet, Zelensky, rather than bending down, is now heading to become a full-blown Ivan. He and his army are telling the reluctant warriors that they must voluntarily show up at the conscription center to sort the things out, or they must get penalized later. The mobilization crisis might just be the clearest indicator of the Ukraine's mounting military challenges and the reality. The question isn't just about finding the men anymore. It is about what happens when you force the people to fight who have gone to such lengths to avoid it. The rebel right now is coming out loud. Numerous videos on social media over the past years have shown officers forcefully detaining the men on the street and taking them to the recruitment centers. In return, Ukrainians are seen fighting back, throwing punches and kicks, sometimes even knocking the officers out. The street raids to find the potential recruits have reportedly led also to the violent clashes, with some incident even resulting in injuries and deaths. Ukraine's word of the year perfectly captures their desperate recruitment tactics. Busification, a grimly clever term blending bus with fication, has emerged as the dark linguistic star of the Ukraine's mobilization crisis. What is particularly telling is how the slang is crystallizing a troubling shift in the military recruitment. It's not just about filling the quotas anymore, it is about literally snatching people off the streets and into the service. The fact that an online dictionary officially recognized this practice speaks volume about how the commonplace it has become. So the methods may have evolved from Ivan the Terrible's Oprechnik to Zelensky's recruitment squads, but the essence remains challengingly and chillingly similar. As Ukrainian streets become the hunting ground and Busification enters the national lexicon, we are witnessing a desperate regime turning against its own people. The math is very simple. When 500,000 men prefer to risk punishment over fighting, perhaps it is time for Kyiv to read the room.